Chapter 1 of The Broken Rosary by Grace and Harold Johnson. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Maria Therese. The Broken Rosary by Grace and Harold Johnson. 1. It was First Friday, September, and hot. Labor Day was past. The schools of Merton, Ohio, were again in session, and life in the city of 135,000 inhabitants had settled down to its everyday routine after the summer. At 8:15 p.m. the courthouse bell sounded the quarter hour. In days to come a number of people would measure past actions in reference to this particular time. But to Dan O'Hara, seated opposite Mary Altman in the richly paneled, softly lighted dining room of the Harbor Hotel, the sound meant nothing. He was busy appraising her good looks, with abstract yet keen appreciation, seeing again the appealing blue-gray eyes and the quick smiles and gestures with which she invariably responded to his talk. Mary's delicately molded face had a slightly humorous earnestness about it that faded into a look of boyish daring when she smiled. Dan liked the way the light played on her firm, round cheeks and glinted on her short-cut black hair, invitingly exposed under a half-hat of aquavellers. Dan sat back in his chair, fingertips on the edge of the table. "Don't look now, Mary, but our boss is just coming in." Mary watched Dan nod and smile to someone on the other side of the room. "Is he alone?" Mary asked. "No, Mrs. Falls and Dr. and Mrs. Fitzgerald are with him. Now there's a real Joe. It's Mr. Falls' editing that makes the Dispatch a bang-up newspaper." "He's a fine man," Mary replied, "but he certainly can be stuffy at times." Dan's eyes showed surprise. "Meaning what?" Mary hesitated as if wondering whether to continue. "Well, like this afternoon when I asked him again for Ned Gormley's place on general assignment." "What did he say?" A flush appeared on Mary's cheeks. "Do you want it word for word or tersely?" Tersely, it was no. Dan laughed, the tiny wrinkles around his mouth and nose making his freckles appear more prominently. "I'd love a word-for-word account." "It was really something. Quite a speech, and long, too, for him." "I'd like nothing better than to hear you repeat it." Dan grinned in anticipation of Fall's reply. The flush on Mary's cheeks dwindled to 2 small red spots. "It was like this. When I asked him, he leaned so far across his big desk that I thought his red hair would burn a hole in me. Then he stuck out 2 fingers like a tuning fork."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?